Florida's Don't Say Gay bill has a wild debate raging, but I think the most important thing is that it exposes the absolute and supreme control that the mainstream media has over people's minds. I see so many people like getting into the debate of it and arguing the issues. I feel like there's nothing profitable to come from that debate. There are irreconcilable differences between the two sides, okay? The first and last statement of any debate should be, it is evil and wrong to try to convince a 5-year-old to cut their genitals off. But if you really want to try to convince like the evil, insane demons that they need to wait till after 3rd grade to rape your kid, be my guest. This bill passing and the executive order have spurred Disney to escalate their propaganda efforts. They will be funding and lobbying for pro-LGBT politicians and political action. They have also started a pro-gay task force headed by Latoya Ravano. And apparently she is a very smart person. She's a genius. Her colleagues call her the Megamind. They call her the Five Head. They call her the 8-ball. Her task force is working hand in hand with showrunners and people at every level at Disney to ensure that there is more LGBT content and to promote critical race theory. I hear what you're saying already. Well, let's boycott them. Boycott. Guys, it's a monopolistic mega corporation. When has a boycott ever actually worked? You are lucky if you will get an apology tweet written by an intern. Coca-Cola got exposed for anti-white racism, critical race theory. Everyone boycotted it. What happened? We forgot about it after 2 weeks and no one cared anymore. Nike supports Black Lives Matter, promotes critical race theory. What do? We boycott them, and after 2 weeks everyone forgets, no one cares anymore. What are you even going to boycott? They own ESPN, they own Hulu, they own A&E, they own the History Channel. There are 6 corporations that own 90% of all of the media in America that anyone produces, and Disney's one of them. Disney, GE, Viacom, News Corp, CBS, Time Warner. And even if you're like me and you see through their narrative and you disregard the fake news, they still control the public eye. They lead you with an incredibly short leash to everything which can be discussed. What is the public eye looking at that moment? What are we debating? Even if you are not on their side in the debate, they control what debate is happening and when. The only debates that can happen are ones that they want to happen. Remember the terrorist attack at the Waukesha Christmas parade? Are there a lot of discussions happening now, a few months later, about how a BLM supporter who is an avowed black supremacist killed a bunch of white Christians after being let out of jail on $1,000 bail for running someone over a few days prior? Oh, and also, by the way, all this happened a few days after Kyle Rittenhouse is found not guilty by trial. Like a great magician, you're watching what's going on in their left hand, and with their right hand, they're picking your wallet. We don't need a boycott. We don't need Disney to apologize and do better. We need a divorce. We need a completely alternative America, an alternative economy. In the age of the internet, it is the easiest time in all of human history for talented people to flourish. We shouldn't be choosing between which Satanist pedophile is going to be the one who is producing children's program for your kids. We should have children's programming made by American patriots, by moral people. In the public schooling system, guys, Florida is not the only state where they are pushing the LGBT agenda, where they are pushing CRT. They are the only state who has fought against it. It blows my mind that people will send their children to public school. Perhaps one of the most important things that we have to do in our time on this earth is impart wisdom, impart teaching, impart morality to our children, and we choose to send them to public school so that they can be taught by some loser who went to some low-end college and received a 2-credit semester certification in teaching. Some midwit who will impart their morals, their principles, their values on your child. Make sure to teach them to hate themselves for being white, and then if they have a dark moment, if they have a teen angst moment, send them to a school counselor like this lovely lady right here, so that someone who's passionate about exploring kids' sexualities with them. We live in a world that is absolutely dominated and controlled by the most evil people imaginable, and the only resistance that we can muster is a limp-wristed 2-week boycott and a couple angry tweets until they direct our attention elsewhere and go back to doing whatever the hell they want. It is time, far beyond time, to stop living in their world. It is time to take control of yourself and your family.